That's loud.
That's it.
It's done a pretty good job. What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're not multi-hat like this one, welcome back. Today we're processing an ore crush from Fern's reef. This is the ore Mick and I crushed in a couple of hours using his homemade ball mill. If you'd like to check out that, there's a video linked up above on YouTube and in the description on Facebook. And we're going to use some very basic equipment today. We've got a little 10-inch pan, an XP snuffer bottle, and a little olive. What kind of container was this? Some kind of food container to collect our concentrates. And a kid's paddling pool, affectionately known as Grizzly's Swamp. This ore has been crushed down to mostly powder, but there will be some plus kitchen strainer stuff in there, just because we want to make sure we collect any of the bigger pieces of gold that may have been hiding in the ore. However, most of our gold is going to be super fine. Sticks like glue, this stuff. You've really got to break it up with your hands just to make sure you don't get any clumps. You can see some of the larger chunks of stone that we didn't bust all the way down coming out now. The thing about doing ore crushes in my area is that I live in a primary gold zone. So you see how these pieces of quartz just here are sort of like coarse grained sand. Well, if there was gold in this reef, then the gold will still be locked up in pieces of quartz that big. Never mind pieces that big. So you really have to get it down to absolute talcum powder, and it's not quite there yet. So what we do is, this is our initial run, and then we run this all back through again. Let's just see if there is any fine gold in here. Oh, there is. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let me zoom in for you. Look how tiny that gold is, and that's what we're trying to release. So you can see, if that quartz isn't smashed down to absolute powder, there's no way that gold's getting released. And I mean, just to put it in perspective, look, it's dots. See, these are the clay balls that you've got to break up. And it's really interesting, I found, that this rock turns into the almost identical colour as to the pay streaks I hunt in nearby creeks. So I feel, obviously, the mineral makeup of it is identical. That's what you're hunting, both in the alluvial and hard rock deposits. That's the third pan down. We'll just give this a quick spin back just to see if there is still gold in here. It's always nice to see a little bit of colour. Yep. Again, heaps and heaps of super fine gold. Nothing significant. Just finished my 6th pan, and we actually got a piece you can easily see, along with heaps and heaps of that flour gold. Look at that. So that is a significant bit for this ore body. Again, most of it is always going to be this size, so to get a piece like that, I am pretty excited about. This is the 8th and final pan of raw concentrates that's going to go in here, and then we're going to pan out our little bucket of super concentrates. I don't think there's going to be heaps of gold in there. However, I reckon it will still be a good show of colour considering we only worked a half bucket. Theoretically, this should be the richest pan as well, because usually the gold will settle to the bottom once you start adding a lot of water and jiggling it around in cars and all sorts of stuff. Theoretically. Let's find out. Alright, let's spin that back. Again, we're only expecting fine gold. Hopefully there's a little bit of it. Oh yeah? Hey, we got a couple of visible bits. 1, 2. That's not so bad. And a heap of micro. So let's wash out our super concentrates. Once again, we're not expecting a huge show of gold. This was only a half bucket's worth of dirt. But we know that this is a multiple ounce per ton reef, and we are working on ramping up production in several ways that we're going to show you in the future. So we should be able to push through 500 kilos to 1,000 kilos of material in a day and get decent results, possibly multiple ounces. For now, this is just sampling to figure out exactly where the gold's sitting. That's not too bad for a half bucket. So remembering that a half bucket is probably only like 5 kilos or so, we got a significant amount. There's actually a little specimen in there. That's a nice piece. This is the gold we recovered out of that half bucket. You can see how fine most of that gold is. There's a couple of nicer pieces on this edge, little sharp pointy specimens that came out of our ball mill. But as I said, for the most part, man, that stuff is fine. And I know that there's going to be more down in here. And even all our tailings, we're going to have to go back through, recrush, reprocess, just because it is that easy to lose gold that is that fine. I'm not even going to try and pull a weight off that for you guys, because it's probably going to be like 0.05. But again, half bucket, which is an incredibly rich vein by today's standards. I've got heaps more ore and reef crushing videos coming up for you, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those ones where we finally do huge amounts, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the like button, which will help me grow this channel bigger and better so I can keep making reef crushing videos for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. I'm going to go teach Fern some stuff because she's due for training, and until next time, please give your dog a scratch behind the ears for me. Peace, and I'm out.